Hello and welcome to this Ghostbusters special. I'm your host, Matt Loftus. You'll already know that I'm a massive Ghostbusters fan for life. I know I'm not unique in that aspect. There's a hell of a community online for the Ghostbusters series, and I, like most of you, grew up in the 80s, and I was a massive fan of the 80s cartoon series, The Real Ghostbusters. And I've got to say that I was born at the perfect time for Ghostbuster fever. The 80s was rife with, we had the TV show, the aftermath of the first movie was still massive. I even managed to go see Ghostbusters 2 back when I was probably 4 or 5 years old, back in 1989, so wow. And that's the first movie that I can recall ever seeing at the cinema. It was the Odeon in Leeds, which is now a Primark. Great. And I sort of have a vague memory, and my mum confirms this, of hiding behind the seat whenever Vigo's face sort of came out of the painting and was going, "I'm Vigo." So I was obviously terrified and probably scarred for life, actually. Which is probably why I like horror in the first place, so there you go. Cheers, Mum, if you're watching this.
On a mountain of skulls in the castle of pain, I sat on a throne of blood.
So as a kid, like most of you, I always dreamed that one day we'd get to see a Ghostbusters 3. But throughout my life, there's always been rumours of a third movie, and it's never really happened. Dan Aykroyd has been a keen advocate for the follow-up, but unfortunately, he's never managed to get the backing of the studio behind him. Mostly due to the fact that Ghostbusters 2 didn't open as well as the first movie. The first movie was, as you know, a monster hit. And the follow-up came out at the same time as Tim Burton's Batman, which kind of beat it at the box office, although it did still turn a tidy profit.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
The closest we ever got to a Ghostbusters 3 back in the day, when I was a kid, there was the 1995 movie Casper, which had a oh-so-short segment in it featuring Dan Aykroyd.
Who are you gonna call? Someone else.
It was a great cameo to see, but I kind of felt robbed because it was such a short part of the movie, and you know, I would have loved to have seen an expanded version of this. It wasn't until 2009 that we actually got kind of a third entry in the series in the form of a video game. And this included the original cast from the movie voicing all their characters. And I've got to say, I still play the hell out of this game. I was playing it the other night actually, and it's a really well put together story. On top of that, they've actually remastered it for the 10-year anniversary, and that's going to be coming out on the PS4 quite soon, so I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy that. Possibly. My flatmate does have a PS4, so I think I probably will end up doing that. Then in 2016 we got that remake. Yeah.
Oh, good. Thanks.
We have a gift.
I believe when the trailer hit, it was one of the most downvoted trailers on YouTube history. Don't know if it's been surpassed by now, but that was pretty bad. The thing is, I wanted to give the movie a chance, and I've actually seen the film twice now. The second time was on Netflix, and it's actually a different version to the original that I saw, which had less dancing in it, because there seemed to be loads of dancing sequences in it for some reason. One thing I will say, rather than respect the original movies and have this in the same universe, which is a phrase everyone likes to throw out nowadays, they didn't, and they went with a whole new reboot of the series, just kind of crapping all over the originals and creating their own storyline. It didn't work, and the backlash from fans and outraged new fans alike was basically pushing that every male who didn't like the movie was, you know, against women, hated women, couldn't see a woman Ghostbuster. Personally, I've got no problem whatsoever with a woman suiting up and being in the firehouse, being part of the team, but why didn't they choose to do like Star Wars has, where they introduce new characters whilst having a nod to the originals, maybe even have the death of some of those characters, whatever, but, you know, create a timeline, go with it, and it would have pleased some of the old fans, but they didn't decide to do that. One thing they apparently did in some reshoots was film pointless cameos of the original stars to add that nostalgia, you know, grab, and hopefully boost ticket sales. I mean, they even used staples from the originals like the logo, Slimer, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, so if that wasn't trying to elicit some sort of connection to the original movies, then I don't know what it was. And one of the worst things I thought in the remake was actually Chris Hemsworth's annoying receptionist.
Would it be okay if I bring my cat to work sometimes? He has major anxiety problems.
You know what? I would love to let your cat live here with you, but I have a pretty severe cat allergy.
Oh, I don't have a cat. It's a dog. His name's my cat.
I'll give him his dues. He's great as Thor. He's good in other movies that I've seen him in. In this one, he was just damn irritating, is actually the worst actor in the movie. It just wasn't for me, and it wasn't for a lot of fans. Thankfully though, cut to today, we're looking forward to the new latest Ghostbuster movie, which will connect to the original universe. Someone finally listened. Thank God. And it'll be directed by none other than Jason Reitman, who is the son of original Ghostbuster director Ivan Reitman. I think Jason said it'd be a love letter to his own father. He's obviously got a lot of respect for the original source material, which is great to know. Main question, will the original Ghostbusters team up and return? Well, it's not officially been mentioned that they will return. You know, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson and Bill Murray are the surviving Ghostbusters. Sadly, we lost Harold Ramis in 2014 to illness, which is a massive shame because Egon Spengler was always my favourite character as a kid. I don't know if it's because he was sort of geeky and wore glasses. Sigourney Weaver is returning as Dana, and she said in an interview that everybody's returning, so I'm pretty sure there will be. I mean, if they're going to film cameos in the pointless remake, then why not come back at the original characters themselves in the third outing? Also, like I said about Harold Ramis, I really hope they pay homage to his character in the film. I'd kind of like to see a scene between, say, Dan Aykroyd's Ray playing chess or something, and the chess pieces are moving at the other side of the board, and it's like Egon playing. You don't see him, but he's sort of there. I mean, they even managed to pay homage by having a bust of his face in the background, one of the scenes in the Ghostbuster remake, so if they can do it in that movie, I'm damn sure they can do it in this one. And if you're still here watching this video, I better give you a little bit more information about the new Ghostbusters movie. It's actually titled Ghostbusters 2020, and it's going to be in cinemas in 2020, next year. Supposedly, anyway. Otherwise, they'll have to change the title. And we have a really interesting cast announced for this movie. We have Stranger Things' Finn Wolfhard, who actually was wearing a Ghostbusters suit in Series 2 of Stranger Things. This casting alone makes me think that we're going to be going with like a Ghostbusters meets It sort of remake type of movie. There's also Annabelle Comes Home actress McKenna Grace appearing in this one, and also Fargo actress Carrie Coon. Interesting choice there. I don't know who these characters are playing, which is slightly irritating, but I'm sure some of these will be connected to the original Ghostbusters somewhere along the lines. Also, Ant-Man star himself, Paul Rudd's going to be suiting up for this one. Well, it doesn't officially say in this video that he's going to actually be wearing a proton pack, but it's a no-brainer, surely. Paul's got to be one of the biggest comedic / action stars in recent years, so I can't wait to see what he brings to the movie. The plot for the movie is being fiercely guarded, and all that's really coming out is a small blurb that states a family who move back to a small town start to learn about their origins. I've already seen someone comment about a line Ray says in the original movie when they're getting financing for the Ghostbuster firehouse, and he says, "My parents left me that house. I was born there." Could this be a farmhouse in rural America? This seems to back up what we've actually seen in the Ghostbusters teaser, which seems to be set in an old farmyard. It certainly whet my appetite when it was dropped anyway. I'm sure by the time you've seen this video, there's going to be some more juicy gossip floating about the internet. One thing I have heard as well is that production's looking for a roller granny, an older actress who can actually roller skate as well. I'm presuming this is going to be a fierce ghostly adversary to the kids' characters. Kind of reminds me of that Ghostbuster action figure I used to have, the granny, where you sort of change and her mouth opened really wide or whatever. But it's actually anyone's guess until they officially go into production, and filming is due to start any moment apparently. So that's about all I've got for you in this video. Have you heard any Ghostbusters gossip? Please drop me a comment below and we can discuss it. I am beyond excited for this movie, and like I say, I'm going to be checking out the Ghostbusters game again. Also, I'm thinking about doing a Ghostbusters game video, so if you want to see me live stream that or whatever, drop me a comment below and you can see how bad I am. So that's about it. I hope you're as excited about this new movie as I am. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? That's right, baby.